Okay, let me just press record button. Hi everybody.
Okay.
Hi everybody.
Hi.
So today is all about your role as a sponsor. So for those people that are building a team, this is the procedure that we would like you to follow. Okay, so it's your role as a sponsor. What is expected of you when you are sponsoring somebody into your team. So if you're not sponsoring in your team, then maybe this is something that you can look at a future date, and it might not apply to you right now. Okay, so
And
I would just say
Mike,
that,
it's especially. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I would just
It's
say.
especially for. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's especially for group managers and above, and for people that really want to build a team. But sponsoring is the way forward, and that's how you're going to make the mega money in this business. Okay, so if it's something that you want to do, then seriously get with your upline manager or your upline sponsor. Okay, say, yeah, I want to build a team, and this little presentation tonight will help you lots. Okay, right, we're just going to switch over. We're not going to use this. Just hopefully you can see that. Can you see that now, Jackie?
I can see. Yes, Mike. Yes, I can.
Cool. All right. So we've got this little sheet, okay, and this sheet is basically we have it's run about 12, 13 weeks, okay, of things that every single week or something that you can do to earn £1,000 in 90 days. Okay, so we have a sheet for every single week, so you can earn £1,000 in 90 days, and this is the way that we're going to do it, and it's um, always done by sponsoring. Okay, so it's a little bit of selling to start off with. Okay, but it's done by sponsoring, and this is what you need to do when you sponsor somebody in your team. Okay, you want to add anything there, Jackie? So this is week one.
Yeah, I think, like you say, Mike, the whole idea is to recruit people, and to sell first as you go on, and to earn your money through retail and recruiting. And then when you get more and more recruits, you do probably a little bit less selling personally. And this is a little step of how to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for those people that were on our webinars that we did the first week of the catalog, we kind of did a little bit. We did a little bit of test, to be honest with you, to see who was going to do what and who we thought was good candidates to run with the system of doing £1,000 in 90 days. Okay, and it was all set out about some personal sales. Okay, so we asked people to go away and do some great personal sales, just to see who was a good candidate to want to earn £1,000 in 90 days. And we've had some great results, and we've had some mixed results, and we've had some indifferent results. But in general, some really positive, good results, which I think is absolutely awesome. Agree, Jackie?
Absolutely awesome. Yeah, it's been very interesting and quite exciting. So that's why we're going to leak this out tonight. Aren't we, Mike? We're not ready. We haven't finished it, but we just feel quite excited to go with it. And we want you to actually start your people off better,
Yeah.
stronger, and hence we're doing a little bit of this leak tonight of how you can do it, aren't we, Mike?
We certainly are. So the way that it works, okay. So the first things first is that we always give somebody a lot of people I know that's on here and that could be on here. Okay, there's two ways. What we do is we go and we do prospecting. Okay, so what we do is we ask somebody to join our company. Okay, and that's what we do. We do it on Facebook in groups. So we go into groups and write adverts, or we go face to face, or we go knock on the door, or we do YouTube
Referrals.
referrals.
Who do you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
lots of online and offline. Okay, so you found somebody now, and they've come to you, and they're interested. Okay, what do you do
They
next?
could have come to you by email, Mike. So
Yeah,
far, they come by email maybe, or it
awful.
might not be an author. It might be an author. It's actually somebody that you need to contact to
Yep,
get the ball rolling. And that so far, the communication might have only been through email.
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So off. Okay, Mike. Yeah.
Okay, so you find that person, so you've got that person. Okay, and what's the first thing that we do? Shall I tell you what the first thing that we do, Jackie? Is that we give them an interview. Okay, we let them
Yeah.
know. okay, or we try and find out a little bit about that person, what that person wants from Oriflame. Okay, that's the idea. And these people normally fall into three categories. Okay, they are a person that just wants to join Oriflame and get discount. Yep, so everybody wants discount. That's perfectly fine. Okay, we've got somebody that joins Oriflame and wants to make a little bit of money. Okay, so 50 quid a week. Okay, and then we've got somebody that wants to go on this system, which is earning £1,000 in 90 days. Okay, and you're basically, what you're trying to do is you're going to find out, and you're going to have a chat to them and find out exactly what category that person falls into. And guess what you're going to do? If they face to face, you're going to talk to them face to face. But if they're online, you're going to pick up the phone, you're going to give them a call, and you're going to say, "Hi, Jackie, it's Mike. I'm from Oriflame. You recently got your details. You're quite interested in Oriflame. Do you know about Oriflame?" They might tell you a little bit.
Okay, Mike. But the thing is, you try that phone call, don't we? 3 times.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, most definitely.
And if you can't get through after 3 times, then you text saying you want to speak to them, tell them all about it, and then if you don't get through after that, well, you move on.
Definitely.
Is that correct? Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely. At the end of the day, I normally contact somebody, say, "Hey, listen, I've lost my train of thought. Sorry. I normally contact them and go, okay, let's see what category you fit into, okay? And what we do is we do little tasks along the way, okay? So these are tasks along the way that we ask them, okay? And it doesn't matter if it's online, it doesn't matter if it's Facebook, it doesn't matter where you found that person. If you can't see that person face to face, it is so crucial that you pick up the phone. Now, if they're ignoring you and you phone 3 times and you left messages, send them a quick text, ask them when a good time is to call, okay? If they don't respond, next, move on to the next person, because all you're going to do is waste your time. Okay, so so the first scenario, we found the first person, somebody has joined and they want to order products for themselves and get discount. That's great. Okay, that's the type of person that you don't spend a lot of time with. Okay, you give them the information, okay, on how Oriflame works, you give them the discount, and you ask them to go ahead to the Oriflame website, okay, and you ask them to go and order whatever products they want. You also tell them that once a catalogue, that you will send them some some Oriflame offers that they might be interested in. And those offers are Jackie's packages. Everybody's seen Jackie's packages. You can either email them those packages, you can text them those packages, you can give them those packages, you can post them. But that's all you do with we call them happy shoppers. Would you agree, Jackie? Happy shopper type people?
Absolutely, happy shoppers. Yeah. Definitely. So they answered it in the question when you're speaking to them, you said, "Hi, I'm Mike from Oriflame, wouldn't you?" And you'd say, "Actually, can I find out, first of all, which category you fit into?" And you'd ask them which one out of the 3.
Yeah, okay. Exactly. And if they just want to do that, that's the road that you go down. Don't dismiss happy shoppers, okay? Because happy shoppers are regular people that always place an order. They love the products. They just don't want to work the business, which is fine. Okay, but don't spend too much time with them. Okay, the second type of people and the third type of people that want to earn money. Okay, the first step that we do, okay, after the interview is that we get it right there, right now on the telephone. We ask them to order a starter kit, okay, a starter pack, some catalogs. If somebody just wants to earn a little bit of money, I would ask them to order the small pack. And if somebody that wants to earn £1,000 in 90 days, I would ask them to order a medium pack. Okay, so if somebody hasn't got £3.80 or £6.80, I think it is, okay, to order a pack, then, are you wasting your time straight away? And I would do that with them on the phone straight away. So you know exactly, okay, that they placed an order for a starter pack on the phone together, making sure that they do everything, answering any questions they want to ask you. Okay, easy peasy so far, Jackie.
Absolutely easy peasy. Yeah. So you've talked to me and you've said to me, do I want to earn, I don't know, 50 quid, 100 quid every 3 weeks or whatever, or 200 quid every 3 weeks, maybe even, or do I want to earn £1,000 in 90 days?
Yeah.
And whatever answer I do, this is the same thing that we're going to do, apart from we order a bigger pack.
Yep.
So you would take me then through ordering some catalogs to get me going. Yeah?
Most definitely. Okay, because at the end of the day, how can they sell if they haven't got a catalogue? Okay.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
everybody needs
Yeah.
to order a catalogue. Okay. The next thing that we do, okay, is that, Jackie, we need to find you some customers. Okay. And we do this by a thing called a name.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And a name bank is everybody that you know.
Right.
Okay. So let's start it off. Okay.
Okay.
And I would spend some time with Jackie on how to do a name bank. I'm not going to go into details how we do a name bank, but I would say, put your mum down. You got any sisters? You got any brothers? You got any, has your brother's got girlfriends? Who's your best mate? Who did you used to go to school with? Yeah, so on and so forth. Yeah.
And how long would you spend with me? About 5 minutes, 5, 10 minutes at
Yeah.
this moment, just to tell me about how it works. Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
yeah. And I like to say, what does your mom do? Does she work? Or who do you know that your mom knows? Or your sister? Who do you know that your sister knows? Where does she work? What about your brother? What does your brother do? And I just think it helps them to see how to network and name bank people they know. Because I always say, Mike, as well, I'm going to teach you how to network
Yeah.
people that you know list. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this part's very important because this will determine your business. And it could be crucial for you to do really, really well to spend some time on this part. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so it's really, really, really simple. Okay, you spend some time, okay, going through the name bank. Okay, before you hang up and say, right, okay, Jackie, listen, I'm going to send you a catalogue and some samples and some bits and pieces. Okay, but I'm not going to do that until you send me a name bank. Okay, so all I want you to do is just give me all their first names. All right, send me an email. This is my email address. Send me an email. As soon
Yeah.
as I've got that, I'll send your packages and your catalogues and I'll send the catalogue and some samples to you. Easy peasy. Okay. So what are you going to send them? You're going to send them one catalogue, and you're going to send them
Yeah.
Jackie's packages, and you're going to send them
Yeah.
skincare samples. And I'm only talking about 4 skincare samples. Okay. And that's what I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
send them. But what I'm going to say is, Jackie, when do you think you can give me that name bank?
Oh, I'll do it tonight, Mike. Tonight, yeah. Okay, I'll do it tonight.
Okay, no problem. I will get a post. I'll get a in the post tomorrow morning. Okay, and
Yeah. Hmm.
after I received your name bank, all right, and then I'll call you
Yeah.
the next day. What time does your post come?
It comes about 12 o'clock, and
Okay,
then I'm at work, so I'll get back about 6 o'clock.
okay. How about 6:30? We're going to be about half an
Perfect.
hour.
Half an hour. Okay then.
Yeah, cool.
And what you gonna be doing? What you gonna be doing on that half an hour then?
I'm going to teach you how to use the catalogue and the samples.
Okay, that sounds really good.
Okay,
Okay, that's fantastic.
but don't forget, I want the name bank. Yeah.
Okay, Mike, I'm going to do it tonight. But so that's how you do. But Mike, I also think it's quite good to say, to give them a little idea of how many do you. I mean, I might say get as many as you can and write down people that you know.
Yeah.
Like your sister's mates. Just write all the names down. If you can get to 50, 60, 70, brilliant. Do you give them an idea, Mike, of how many you're looking
Yeah.
for, or not?
Yes, yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Sometimes,
Mm.
depending on how well I'm connected with that person, and if I'm getting a lot of good feedback from that person, if they send me,
Mm.
if they send me say over 70, I might say, listen, if you send me over 70 names, then I might send you a small gift as well. And I normally give them a hand cream or something like
Oh,
that.
okay, that's I do the same as well, Mike. But I just think it's quite good to give an expectation. And I also do say, look, I'm going to help you to network. This is your first bit of networking with Oriflame, and this is teaching you to network people that you know. And as I say, the more we get down here, the bigger you can grow, the more you can earn.
Brilliant. Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So let me tell you this now. Okay. So we found the person, we've interviewed them, we've got them to order a small pack, and we've got them to do a name bank. Right, so you've asked them to do 2 things. Okay, they've ordered the pack. That's acceptance 1, and they're giving you a name bank, acceptance 2. That means that you've got somebody serious on your hands. Okay, somebody that's going to work with you. Okay, because they've just invested some money and given you a name bank. All right, so you know that that person is serious. Okay, so it's now down to you again. Okay, so they send
Hmm.
you the name bank. Okay, you send out the catalogs, you send out Jackie's packages, and you send out some samples. Okay, really, really simple. You give them a call the next day, and what do we talk about, Jackie?
Okay, so I'm going to call you up and say, hi, Mike. Did you get your catalogue and did you get your packages?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I got your name bank. Awesome. Uh, well done for getting 60 names on there. That is fantastic. And also, Mike, you keep on adding to that.
Okay.
So, okay, so let's go through the perks in Oriflame first. Now, first of all, you want to have a go at doing this £1,000 in 90 days, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah? So let's see how you get on in this first week, Mike. Okay, so
Okay.
we'll carry on, but let's see how your performance is in your first week, for example. Now, also, as well as earning some fabulous money, you can actually, we do a welcome program for new people, and that's where you can get a cleanser and a toner in your first catalogue. You get a day cream and a night cream in your second, and in your third, you get a lovely beauty bag. And that's really just a little perk, really, of getting when you first start with us. But we also do, when everybody places orders of 130 quid retail, they will get a free product to the value of 20 quid, 25 quid.
Okay.
And it could be a perfume, it might be a face cream, it could be anything, Mike, okay?
Okay.
And every time, for every order that you put in of 130, you might put 3 in, 4 in, 5, whatever, you might put 1 in, whatever,
Yeah.
you will get this free product. Yes, and which you can sell that product and
Okay.
do what you want with it.
Okay.
So that is also a nice perk. Yeah. And also, when we do start selling at first, in your first order, you have to pay for that first order up front because we do like, and after that, we give you a credit. Yeah. So,
Okay.
for example, you can do a 55 quid order, which is 40 BP. You needn't worry about how that works at this moment, but it's 40 BP, 55 quid. You would then get a credit limit of 75 quid, and it gets higher and higher the longer that you're with us and the more orders that you place.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, you might want to just put, a lot of people just put the order in for the first 130 quid and then they get 30% commission.
Okay.
Anything over £100 is 30% commission. £130, sorry. When you do over £130, you get 30% commission. Under 130, it's 20% commission. So 20% on any size order.
Okay.
But what a lot of people do, they put that first order in for 130 quid. They earn themselves 40 quid cash. They get this cleanser and toner free, and they get this free product that could be a perfume or a skin cream, value of 25 quid. So it's quite a great value with that first order, actually, Mike, you know.
Okay.
But it's up to you. If you do a 55 quid order first to get your credit limit, then we get that in as fast as we can in the next few days so that you can get your credit limit and keep on ordering the next few days after that. Yeah?
Yep.
So which way would you like, Mike? You're going to put the bang in your order for 130 or your 55 quid? Which one are you going to go for?
I'll get a bag of the order for 130, I think.
Well, a lot of people do that, Mike, because you get instant 30%, you get 40 quid cash for that, your 2 free products and your 25 quid product, so it's awesome.
Brilliant.
Now, I've sent you the catalogue and I've sent you 3 packages that you have there. Look, they're gorgeous, actually. I've just done the ones for catalogue 8, Mike, and they're stunning.
Cool.
But for catalogue 7,
Yep.
I might be talking about the packs. Let me just get my piece of paper. Hang on a minute. I've got 2 packs actually that are awesome. The first one is a summer sensational.
Yeah.
Look fantastic this summer, and you've got a fabulous lipstick in that.
Yep.
And a foundation brush, which is awesome.
Yep.
Can you see it, number 2, Mike, on your piece of paper I've sent you?
Yep.
You can get a professional powder brush as well. And you can get a mascara that is our best-selling mascara that we sell 1 every 4 seconds.
Okay.
You can get a velvet powder.
Yep.
And also a bronzing powder. So all of that comes to £31.20. The recommended retail is 59 quid almost, Mike.
Yep.
And for 6 products. The other one I've put for you is the prepare your feet for summer, because you know, us girls, we have to have lovely feet for these beautiful sandals. And I've put in that one a foot file, a foot pumice, a cracked heel repair, a 2-in-1 action foot scrub, a rescue remedy for foot masks, and a fantastic nail polish. All of that comes 6 products, 24 quid. And the recommended retail is nearly 37 quid, so you save about £13 on that one. Now,
Right.
I know you're a guy and you might not be interested in the colour makeup and all that, but you know, which package do you like? Which package do you think your mates might like?
I think it's the foot, the foot, I think.
Actually, it's quite funny, Mike. You would laugh, but a lot of my people that buy that pack are lorry drivers, a lot of guys actually, playing golf. Or there's so many reasons
Okay.
that guys love the foot products. Okay, so you like that one. Also, the makeup's nice for the girls as well, Mike. But I've sent you the two packages. So
Okay.
also, have you looked in the catalogue yourself? What did you like yourself, Mike? Let's do, um, you see some order forms I've sent you. Let's do a wish list, what you'd like yourself. Yeah?
Okay.
So have you had a little look through the catalogue? What sort of things did you like?
I like this nice men's fragrances in there. I quite like the men's fragrance. I've rubbed a couple of the bottles. I'm not quite sure yet, but I like the men's fragrance.
Okay, we're very, very popular. The guys' fragrances are really, really popular.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, also you can scratch and sniff, can't you? But also you can get some vials on these different fragrances, so you can see which you like for the best, which your favourites are. Okay, so would you like to put down one of those?
Yeah.
Let's do this wish list for you, Mike. So, which one would you go for?
I think I'll put myself a foot one. The foot offer down. That's a good offer.
Oh, you'd like that one? Oh, okay. Let's put you down for that because the other thing I didn't tell you, I forgot. When you spend 20 quid in the catalogue, we've got an amazing offer where it's our health bars with our wellness, and they are superb. Sometimes in the day when you feel a bit peckish, a bit low, you need a lift. Well, these are brilliant. If you have a cappuccino and a little cake, it's about 700 or 800 calories. Yeah?
Okay.
But if you have one of our wellness bars, it's 150 calories, and I tell you now, Mike, you feel great. They are super. Um, a chocolate one and another berry one, and they're both very, very good. And they're on offer. They are at six for I think it's £8.95, something like that. Yes, £7.95. So they really are good. When anybody spends £20, we always do offers. So okay, so let's put you down. And which you want the foot care stuff? And would you like those bars?
Yeah, go on then. I'll have the chocolate because I like chocolate.
Chocolate one. Okay, that's £7.95. So really, that's fantastic. Now, when you show your friends the catalogue, you
Yep.
can actually rave about what you like
Okay.
and tell them what you're going to be ordering and that you fancy that foot stuff because you need a little bit of foot TLC, yeah.
Definitely.
But you find also the guys like the foot stuff, but also so do the girls, yeah.
Yes.
And that foot file there is the best one on the market, and it's fantastic, yeah.
Okay.
So okay, now what I want you to do, Mike, I want you to choose 5 people off your name bank,
Okay. I'm gonna
yeah.
choose Jade,
Yeah.
Deborah,
Hmm.
Amalda, and Greg.
Okay. Greg. Okay. So that's 5. Okay. And what sort of things do you think they might? Let's take the first one. What was the first one?
Jade.
Jane. What does Jane like? Does she like makeup?
Oh,
Does she
she's
like
yeah,
skincare?
she's quite posh, Jade. She likes a bit of.
Oh, okay.
I think she likes
Does she like the
skincare.
makeup?
Yeah, she
Oh,
likes makeup.
skincare. Okay.
Yeah, she likes skincare.
Okay.
She does like
And
makeup as
makeup
well.
as
Yeah.
well. Okay. So really, I mean, you could tell her that you started Oriflame and you're really excited and tell her that Oriflame is very high end,
Yeah.
top end like Clarins, Clinique, that sort of thing, and
Okay.
higher. But the products, because it's such a huge company and we don't sell in the shops, we can actually give people a fabulous deal.
Okay.
Yeah. And the products change price every 3 weeks.
Okay.
And this particular 3 weeks, the best buys we've got here on our little flyer
Yeah.
is this summer makeup package.
Okay.
And what you'll find is your friends, when they're new to the product, they also will love the big savings as well.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the savings that there should be 58 quid. That's just for the products that are on offer in our catalogue. I mean, if you bought these products retail price from Clarins, somebody like that, it probably cost 150 quid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the Oriflame price is 58 quid, and the products today is £31.20 for 6 products. That's just a fiver each. You've got 2 professional, beautiful brushes, a wowing mascara, a powder and a powder, solid powder, and a blusher like a bronzing powder, and an amazing lipstick, which is very unusual. It's not like a normal lipstick. It is fantastic. And all of that's for 31 quid. Do you think they might like that?
Yeah, definitely. I know that
Yeah?
Jane. That Jane, she'll love that.
Well, the other thing I do as well is if you say to Jane, look, there's lots in the catalogue, but actually let me show you two of the best buys
Yeah.
and tell her about the foot stuff, tell her about the makeup and say to her, which one do you like, Jane?
Yeah.
And she might say, well, I like the makeup. And you say, okay, then, Jane, shall I put you down for that? Because I'm going to be doing an order tomorrow. And guess what? She'll say, oh, yeah, that's really good. Put me down for that.
Okay. All right.
Okay?
No worries. So I need to go.
So what you're going to do, Mike, so instead of giving somebody a catalogue and say, have a look through that and let me know if you want anything,
Yeah.
you're going to actually show them the catalogue, show them the good two packages, ask them which one they like, and then you're going to say, great, shall I put you down for that? I'm going to be doing an order tomorrow. And then you do that with the other 4 people. Okay?
Sounds good to me.
So you're just going to do it. You're just going to do it with those first 5 people, Mike, okay? And we're now on Monday. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to call you on Wednesday about the same time, 6:30, and let's see how you get on with those first 5 people.
Okay.
Yeah, and that we want to get that first order in as fast as we can, Mike. So have a great time. Look through the catalogue yourself, get a little bit familiar with the catalogue, know what you like, and you might even talk to your mates about an aftershave when you've looked at it again with me tonight after me speaking to you.
Okay.
You might find an aftershave that you like as well,
Okay.
because that's something else you can talk to everybody about as well. Okay? What you're going to have. Does that sound okay to you, Mike?
That sounds brilliant.
Okay. And okay, then I'll see you back. Put the phone down, and I'll speak to you Wednesday.
Okay. So
and actually, it's
can I just say, Jackie? So what we're doing is that we are teaching people to sell. We're giving them selling techniques. Okay. So the first webinar that we did at the beginning of this catalogue was to give you a very, very simple selling technique of go and text 10 mates and then go and show them the catalogues. Yeah, so this is exactly the same. So remember, we're doing exactly the same. The system is go and talk to 5 people and show them the packages and ask them which package they like. So it's a simple system, okay, that everybody follows. Okay, it's nothing new, it's nothing old. It's exactly the same thing. Okay, you go and talk to five people and ask them which package they like. Yeah, and you want to
so on this one, Mike, can we just say there's about 3 or 4 or 5 things to do on this second phone call, isn't there?
Yep.
The first one is what do you like?
Yep.
I asked you what you like, didn't I? I think that's important. Yeah.
Yep.
Identifying your own order.
Yep.
Yeah. The second thing was the perks. What's in it for them now, today, this week. Yep. Yeah, and that's the 55 or 130, 40 quid cash. Remember all the things, the perks, what's in it for them this week.
Yep.
Yeah. Another thing that's really good is obviously you tell them a little bit about Oriflame, it's high end and all that, and 30%, 20% and all things like that, whichever. And I think it's important to set the next task, which is choosing 5 people. The first 5 people, and we asked a little bit about them, didn't we? So it's choose 5 people.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep. Exactly.
And then the next thing is closing that sale. That's the most important thing, that we teach them how to close the sale then.
Yep.
They're not going to leave somebody in the catalogue for 3 days while they think about it. They're going to actually, have a sale now. And if it's online, they could show them the catalogue online, couldn't they?
Yep.
And go through it with them while they're on the telephone. Mind you have sent them a catalogue, haven't you? Anyway, so you don't need that. But I think it's important that they look through the catalogue, they find out what they like.
Yep.
They like the packages, they choose which package they like, and you teach them how to close, which is, shall I put you down for that? I'm doing an order tomorrow.
Yep.
What they're going to get from that first order of 130 quid, yeah?
Yep.
It might be that they're doing £55, whichever. But I think it's those first few things that you're going to do on this 20-minute phone call.
Yep. What
Does
you're
that
doing
sound
is,
okay to you?
yeah, and what you're doing is you're setting people expectations of what you're looking for. Okay, so when you say go
Yeah,
to 5 people, we've done a bit of selling techniques. Okay, we're looking for at the beginning £130 order. Some of it that you're going to have, okay, and some of it your friends are going to have. Okay, so that's
yeah, yeah,
that's what we're trying to do straight away. Okay.
yeah. And then you'd be saying to them, well, whether they want to earn 100 quid a catalogue, or whether they want to go for the 90 to 100, 90 days, £1,000,
Yep.
then you just, I bring that back in. I say, come on then, Mike, we're getting on your first steps. I'll call you on Wednesday, see how you're getting on with your first steps on your way to getting your 200 quid or on your way to getting that 1,000 quid.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep. So contact.
And
So contact three. Shall we move on to contact three?
well, what I was going to say, Mike, what I would also do with the company promotions, whether it's a holiday, I would actually sell a bigger picture as well.
Yep.
Whatever the promotion is. I mean, we're going to have a new one, aren't we, on Thursday night this week, which is really, really exciting because Sophia said we'll really love it, but she wouldn't tell us what it was, but she said we'll really love it. Now, I would also mention that at this stage.
Yep.
Before I say goodbye, I would also tell them a little bit about the company and the ongoing of that. Yeah?
Yep. Most definitely. I mean, there's loads
So
of
I think,
promotions. Loads of promotions that are
yeah,
always on, and
yeah,
some of them are absolutely fantastic. I've got people, and probably you have as well, that are desperate to go on the holiday. We've got the picnic set. We've got seriously, there's loads. You can earn 50
yeah,
quid for selling mascaras. You could do all sorts. There's all sorts of things going on that you can win.
yeah. But I think the only thing I want to do tonight now, Mike, is to actually just do the callback phone call,
Yep.
Mike, where I'm going to call you back on that Wednesday. Shall
Yep.
I do that now?
Yep.
So whether you've done well or not so good, I think actually perhaps you haven't done too well, Mike. Let's go through that scenario. So I'm going to call you back Wednesday night, and yeah, okay, Mike, how's it gone? What's happened? How you doing?
Oh, I didn't do too well. I only sold one package, about 30 quid.
Well, that was brilliant, Mike. What happened to the other people that you sent it to? You showed it to the other four. Did you show it to them, or did you not get round to it, or what?
I only sold it to two.
Well, that's good. You've made a good start, yeah.
Yeah.
So I tell you what we'll do now, Mike. Let's go through. The other three that you didn't do it with.
Yeah.
Do you think you might be able to do it with them in the next day? Do you think you'll be able to get to see them in the next couple of days?
Yeah, possibly.
Okay, and also maybe another two as well. So you've got another five, yeah? You've got your two orders, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And let's go now to the three we didn't get to and two more. Which are the other two?
I think Stacy and Kirsty.
Brilliant. And what about your order? What did did you decide to go for the foot stuff? Did you decide to go for an aftershave as well, or what
Yeah,
did you think?
yeah. I'll go for the aftershave.
Okay.
I think it's.
So actually,
Yeah. Okay.
you got a 30 quid order. What was the other order that you did?
Yeah, it was the makeup one. It's that
Oh,
Jade.
the back, brilliant. So
Jade
you
didn't
got
let me down.
a 20. Okay, so you got 30 quid and a 20 for 50 odd. Your own order's about 30 quid as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you got 90 quid already, which is
Oh wow.
brilliant, Mike. So,
Okay.
so be very pleased with yourself. Don't sound a bit down, can you cheer up? You've done very well. And let's go now for the three you didn't get to, no worries, and another two. So I'm going to call you now. It's Wednesday now. I'll call you Friday, and maybe by Friday we can get that first order on, and we'll do our next step. But not till we've done this. So let's get that done on Friday, Mike.
Okay.
Have a go now, see the people, and I'll call you Friday. Brilliant. Well done, Mike.
Okay.
Bye.
All right. Bye. Yeah.
And Mike, that would be as far as I'd go with you at this stage, and then we can do the next bit with the guys next Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Okay.
So how do you feel about that, Mike? Were you feeling okay about that?
Yeah, I think that's cool. I think it's really,
Yeah?
really good. So we're not going to go to contact 3 and 4 at the moment. Going to just hold.
Not yet. I think what we want you to do is you have already got startups, and what's a bit worrying at the moment is the startups we have got a lot of volume of them, but their sales are quite low. Now, I'm hoping it's because they've got great big orders to put in. I don't know yet what's going to happen. But just in case your startup wasn't as it should be, and you've not spoken to the poor people for a week, which is horrendous, but okay, that's where we're at if that's the case. Get back to them quickly and do what we have just done tonight. Quick. Yeah? And then you can get your first orders through that, you could resurrect it and get them with 130 quid in the next 3 or 4 days.
Definitely.
And I have had many, many people ordering 130 quid in 2 days, Mike. It's normal. It's normal to get things done quickly. I mean, how long does it take? It's just seeing 3 or 4 people.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yep.
So,
yeah,
and then as I say, I think what we do next Monday is the next steps, Mike.
Okay, 3 and 4, break it down even more for you guys. I think, to be honest with you guys, I think the crucial step, okay, is a lot of you don't know what these people are, okay? You don't know what 3 categories they fall into when you interview them. Are they just joined Oriflame to just buy for themselves, okay? Are they joined Oriflame to make a little bit of money? And have they joined Oriflame to make a lot of money and build a team? Because you'll be surprised when you actually phone these people up and ask them what category they actually fall into. Okay, you'll be surprised. You don't know. Someone that you thought was just going to buy for themselves maybe was looking to earn that extra money. So until you have that conversation with them, you don't know. So
how can you help them? You can't help them. And if you don't do that name bank and teach them how to network that name bank, then it's just a no starter. No starter.
I don't know about you.
So your first.
Jackie, I don't know about you, but if someone told me they want to earn £1,000 in 90 days, God, I'll be there.
I'll be there.
Helping them.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. But you don't know till you ask questions. So pick up the phone, have that interview with them. Have they got the orders? Have they ordered their catalogues? Have they done their name bank? Have they got the packages? Okay, you can email the packages across to them if they haven't. Okay, and help them with some selling techniques, simple selling techniques. Okay.
Yeah.
We've done a little...
And get their own order. Get their own order as well. I think it's important to know what they like. What are they going to have? Because, if I started with Oriflame today, I'd be telling my mates what I was going to have. And guess what? They'd have what I'm having, wouldn't they? Because that's what mates do.
Certainly.
So really you need to find out what they like. Have they looked through that catalogue that you've posted to them? Yeah? But don't wait until they get all their order back with the catalogues in, because that's 5 days, and to be honest, you can lose people in 5 days while they're waiting for the books to come. You can lose them. So start action immediately. Yeah And so you've got number 1 is the interview, and number 2 phone call is what to do to get started. Yeah And what I do suggest, Mike, sometimes when you listen to the webinar, if you've got young children, I've had young children myself, it can be a bit chaotic. You leave the webinar running while you're dealing with the kids, and guess what? It doesn't sink in. In fact, I think you need to listen to these first steps that we're doing now. You need to listen to this webinar half a dozen times and in the quiet, and actually write down some notes and do a little practice to yourself. So it's a system that you need to know how it works, and you need to know this first week of what you're supposed to be doing with a new start to get them through thinking big or thinking mediocre. Even if they want to earn 100 quid, 200 quid a catalogue, it's still the same procedure. And Bob's your uncle. You're off on your way. But please do not leave new starts for 5 days without contact. It is suicide. And you know why it's suicide, Mike? Because they could be doing really well or not so good, and when you get round to phoning them, you've missed the boat because they thought, well, Oriflame's not for them. Yeah. So you need to take control, and you need to have those new starts in your control, so these phone calls follow. It's very important. So, that's it in a nutshell, really, isn't it, Mike?
It certainly is. I hope you've kind of got a lot out of tonight. Myself and Jackie have been working on the system for a while. We've been trialing bits and pieces. We were teaching you selling techniques in a simple way by texting your mates. But if you really want to take your business forward, you've got to follow a simple system, okay? The simple system that we started rolling out to you today is interviewing, order the packs, do a name bank, send some catalogs, That's your first contact with them. The second contact is selling techniques, and choose 5 people to sell those packages to.
Yeah.
And it's that simple.
And yeah, and you know something, Mike.
Yep.
You need to listen to it 5 or 6 times. Honestly, I promise you, you do. Especially if you're changing what you're doing, it's probably a little bit difficult to change what you've already got set in concrete, and you really have to work hard to keep doing something different. But if you want to email, if anybody wants to email us back now and tell us what they've got from this webinar, I would be delighted to have a look. And if you feel you want us to help you to deliver this first week, then we'll be there for you. But I think if you tell me what you've got from this email, this webinar tonight, brilliant, and we can help you track through your first few days of the new start, and then next Monday we'll be on the next steps.
Cool.
So I really hope you've enjoyed it tonight, and I hope it's quite simple for you, the 2 phone calls, interview, and then how to get started, and then follow up on the 3rd phone call, which is how you're getting on, and there you go.
Yeah, I mean, we have got, it's all planned out. We have it, so just so you know, it's all planned out for you. Got that one. We have PowerPoints. We have a, it's see, it's all done for you. We spent, I don't know how many weeks and hours, Jackie, going through this, making sure that it works,
Yeah.
cross-checking it.
But yeah, we weren't ready to go live with this £1,000 in 90 days, but we thought, hey, what about it? Let's just do it. So now we're doing it, and we're doing it for you week by week. Okay, so you can offer that and very confidently just do those first 2 steps and the first 3 phone calls, and we'll be there with the next bits for you next week. But by all means, email anything you like, contact us, and we can help you through it.
Cool.
Okay. Cool.
All right. Thank you very
Okay,
much for your
so
time.
yeah, bye from me and bye from you, Mike.
Bye.
Okay.